What's up, everyone? Welcome to Silence Your Cell Phones. I'm Jarrett, and as always, I'm here with my co-host Kevin.
Hello.
And I know what you guys are thinking, judging by our backgrounds. What the does My Hero and the Eternals have to do with disaster movies? And let me tell you, nothing.
Wait, there was disasters in both of those
That's
movies.
true. That's true. The world being in peril, I guess, is a disaster. But unfortunately, we did have to kind of call an audible today on our topic in our show. Unfortunately, Brad, who is slated to be our next guest, did have an emergency he had to deal with his football team. He had a player have to go to the hospital. So we're thinking of you, Brad, thinking of your player. Hope everything's okay. So we pushed that back a week because we thought the topic of, what team would you make to survive the apocalypse or whatever. We thought that was a 3-man job. We didn't want to do it without him. He's always been kind of a loyal listener, a really good guy, really good friend. So we decided that we're just kind of cover the My Hero movie and the Eternals today.
With a caveat.
Yeah, with a caveat. We'll still talk about a little disaster. But before we get into it, Kevin,
Sir,
you watched a lot of stuff, I hear, this weekend. How about you fill in the people?
So I really did. I got a lot of movie watching in. My TV watching suffered just a little bit. But when I tell you it was worth it, it was well worth it. So movies that I watched this week, and these are in no particular order. The Eternals. Tommy Boy just hit Netflix, by the way, so I watched that.
It's on Netflix, Bob.
Oh, I was not aware. I saw it this week, and I was like literally last night watching it. Big Hero 6, Planet Hulk, Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League War, The Son of Batman, Justice League Throne of Atlantis, Batman vs. Robin, Batman Bad Blood, Justice League vs. Teen Titans, and then we're going to discuss the My Hero Academia movie that I watched last week. But it was a huge movie week for me.
Yeah, that's a lot of animated comic movies. What was the inspiration to get you into the
It's funny you should ask. So we were at the Eternals movie, and I made a grave mistake and not realizing that X-Men was Marvel. And I realized that I know very little because I've never been the comic book guy, right? Like that's always kind of been your thing.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like MCU goes, obviously I love it.
Right.
Just I didn't realize that, that was a thing, and I had no idea. And so I quickly realized that I had to study up. So what I did was I started watching the Marvel animated movies.
Okay.
However, a couple of them were not available in the United States, and there was a certain order I wanted to watch them in. So I was like, let's just do the DC universe, or the DC animated universe. And it has not disappointed. Those movies are amazing. I did not expect to go through them like that.
Yeah.
But I was watching basketball and football games, and then I had a DC movie up on the other screen, just like
nice,
and it was sweet. I am now officially a huge fan of the DC animated movies.
Yeah, it's a shame that their live action movies suffer so hard when their animated movies are so good. But I feel, and I've always felt, that the DC universe lends itself much better to animated movies because their characters are not relatable. And I know there's probably a bunch of DC fanboys that are like getting their pitchforks ready, but I'm not saying the characters aren't good, but I'm saying their characters are much higher. Like that's more unrealistic to me than Marvel movies. Like everyone can relate to Peter Parker having to pay rent, having to take photos for a newspaper, living in New York as a college student. I think everyone gets that struggle. I don't think anyone will ever understand what it's like to be able to move faster than the speed of light or be Superman.
Yeah,
they're all gods essentially among men. the whole plot of the X-Men is that normal people like develop extraordinary skills, and they're trying to figure out how to balance being normal with this at the same time. I think anyone would be able to go through that. Superman literally is Superman. He's super.
Yeah. So what do you think though that the action live action DC movies suffer more because the era that they've been made in? So like, do you think what I'm saying is do you think that they could possibly be a victim of just Marvel and Disney putting out bop after bop?
No, I think Warner Brothers had an opportunity to do something very similar to what Marvel did,
Sure.
but instead of setting the groundwork and then putting the time into it, they wanted immediate results. Like they wanted to have their Avengers without setting up the Avengers.
Yeah.
They suffer from, I think, bad directing, awful script writing, some fairly lackluster casting.
Did you watch the Zack Snyder extended
No,
cut?
I haven't dedicated 4 hours. I
Yeah.
like me. I mean, when I say very few times I've ever felt like I wanted to leave a movie theater,
Sure.
Batman versus Superman was one, and Justice League was another. And I like DC Comics. I'm a big fan of the Green Lantern, the Flash, Aquaman, Superman at times. But it's just the quality of product so bad.
Yeah, I was just about to say, don't forget about the Green Lantern.
Oh, it's just like he's my favorite DC character. And they
Really? Because I hate him in the animated movies, just so you know. I think he's awful.
What?
Yeah, he's literally the worst character.
He's not the worst. He's not the worst character.
Please, I'm all ears if you can give me one worst character. And don't say Damien. Don't.
Well, I mean, Damien is fucking awful.
Nope. Not from this guy.
I mean, I think he's better than Martian Manhunter. What do you not like about Hal Jordan?
I hate his personality.
What he's Deadpool.
I hate. No, he's not Deadpool. It's
is.
not even close.
Dude, Hal Jordan's just a sarcastic asshole, and it's funny.
But it's not as funny as Deadpool. Deadpool's is more hilarious. But like, what I don't understand is why you just hate Batman. Like, Batman's like goated in that universe, which is another thing I didn't realize was how highly regarded he was as a tactician. But like, Hal was just such a Batman hater for no damn reason. So it made zero sense to me.
Because he doesn't have any superpowers. He's just rich.
Yeah, but he's also super intelligent. He's also very strong. He also has money that obviously.
Yeah, no, I mean,
he's got the means.
But I think if you look at it from a character's perspective, like Batman's kind of the worst. I mean, he's not a team player. He's not a team player. If it's not, if it doesn't benefit Batman, or if he doesn't think that it's correct, he's not going to do it. He has like weird. I mean, he's a hypocrite on things. Like he basically enslaves orphans to be his sidekicks. Whoa. I mean, it's true. Like all the Robins are just like down and out kids. He also has a contingency plan on his computer, which computers never get hacked, about the weaknesses of every fucking Justice League member except himself.
Yeah, sure. Because what if his computer gets hacked?
Because I mean, I guess you haven't seen that movie yet.
Not yet. What is it?
I think it's Doom.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, there's Justice League Doom or something like that. But yeah, it's like he thinks he's better than everyone. And it's just, I mean, Batman's just not a compelling character to me. The whole Batman can be anybody with prep time fucking trope is annoying. It's so annoying. Like the fact that we even have to have a comparison, like can Batman beat Superman? Like, no, Superman would literally rip his arm off his body because he's a normal fucking human.
Yeah. Until he pulls out that rock, though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the rock of a planet that got blown up years ago and supposed to be super rare
Yeah,
that everyone always has.
I don't know how he's got a piece of it, but he does. Like he's got money,
Batman.
like
He has
whatever.
prep time, dude.
Yeah.
Batman can do anything.
Easy. But no, yeah, sorry, we got off on a tangent there, but it was a busy movie for me and a busy week for me in movies. What about you? Did you get in anything sweet or awesome or new?
A lot more TV this week.
Okay.
A bunch of stuff came out on Netflix that I was trying to watch, get caught up on. A lot of new animes this season we're kind of going through. I did watch Deep Impact. I watched the My Hero movie last week. I watched Eternals. I watched a new rom-com on Netflix called Love Hard, which is pretty funny. I enjoyed that a lot.
Sure.
I mean, I enjoy a good rom-com. There's nothing.
No, dude, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. It's just the name of the movie was funny. I'm a child, so whatever.
Yeah. You are. But yeah, it was pretty chill.
Okay. I can dig it. So I mean, it sounds like you have a decent and based on the last podcast, though, I mean, like I know you got a ton of movie or a TV show watching in. Yeah. So we're not slacking on our end.
No, yeah, it's just trying to divide the time.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I think I watched was that 10? Did I give you 10 movies?
Yeah, but in my defense, I also watched Sherlock. And one Sherlock episode is the equivalent of like 2.5 of your DC movies.
I'm sorry, 12. 12 movies.
That's impressive.
I think that's definitely my record. I don't know. Even when I watched the Fast and Furious movies, I was only 8. So
9.
Well, I think I watched. Oh,
I watched them. Did you watch Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah, I did.
So that would be 9.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
Yeah,
I have nothing else to say.
There's nothing to say. That's just that's
I was wrong. 12. That's my record though. 12.
That's a good one. That's a good record.
So I figured I had slacked long enough for our viewers and listeners out there, and wanted to do right by you guys.
Yeah. You're lucky we had to push the podcast back because I didn't hear Twister on your list, huh?
You did not hear Twister on my list. Look, dude, I had dinner. I had a dinner date with Mama Shelton and my little bro Trev. And so I took care of that. And it took away the time that I would have watched Twister. So that's why I didn't get to Twister.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. We didn't. You watched 12. You watched
blame Mama Shelton. She's a saint.
Watched 12 movies and didn't have time for the assigned one.
I got hooked, man. Those are
They're good.
They don't mess around. So, well, with that being said, before we discuss the 2 movies that we have behind us, I have a question. Okay. I've been thinking on it all week.
Okay.
It is twofold.
Okay.
But I'd really like your take. I have a very strong opinion about one of them. The other's kind of meh. Which disaster that you've seen a movie based on would you least want to be a part of?
Okay, I'm assuming we're talking about natural disasters, right?
Well, it can be.
Or like specifically movie disasters.
Yeah, I mean, not specific to a movie, but it can be like natural disasters. It can be apocalyptic type stuff. It can be alien invasion, which I don't categorize as natural, but a disaster nonetheless.
I mean, there's a couple. I definitely wouldn't want to be a part of any tsunami type stuff. Yeah. I think drowning's top way. I would never want to die that or being burnt alive.
Yeah,
I don't want to experience either of those things. I don't think I would want to be a part of this is the end, the actual apocalypse.
Right.
I don't think that would be.
Well, it's not the apocalypse. That's the religious, thing. Well, I mean, that wasn't an actual,
this is the end.
Yeah, but it's based on a religious belief.
Right.
So.
But yeah, probably tsunami.
Tsunami?
Yeah, I think that would fucking suck.
What movie have you seen a tsunami based off of? Because I don't, off the top of my head, I don't have
Well, I
one.
mean, like anytime there's like a tidal wave,
Like aside from Johnny Tsunami, which
I mean, like tidal waves
was
are
a
the same
character.
thing.
Yeah, but what movie has a tidal wave been based on? I don't
Are you,
know any.
dude? Are you shitting me? That like every disaster movie, literally Deep Impact had a tidal wave
Yeah, but why?
because it got hit by a fucking meteor.
That's the disaster
But I
then.
would
You
rather
wouldn't
be
want to
hit
be a
by.
part of
I
that.
would rather be a part of like, dude. If I get hit by a meteor, I'm dead.
Maybe.
I don't want to have to deal with drowning. I would rather just be smoked.
um yeah, I just, it's funny. I just can't think of a movie where that was like the primary disaster that happened. No, so this one, I wasn't so sure about this one. I'm much more excited about the second half of the question, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I would absolutely hate being a part of an alien invasion. Like that would not be cool to me. Because the only thing I think of is Independence Day, and those freaky looking aliens, they had zero chill.
Yeah, but what if it's more like ET?
I mean,
It's 50-50, dog.
yeah,
But
but like,
cool. It'd be cool to be a part of alien invasion.
you think it'd be cool?
Hell yeah.
Dude, I ain't with that, bro. Like, if it's like some nice aliens, bro, like some Planet 51 type, I think it's called Planet 51.
Area 51?
No, I know what Area 51. I'm talking about the movie with the little green aliens and they're like friendly, like humans. Is that not called Planet 51?
I've never, it might be. I've never fucking seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yo, I think we've already passed the threshold for F-bombs today.
I don't care.
That's like 7.
I don't care.
I think it's called Planet 51 though. Like they're basically humans, but on a much smaller planet. Well, I'm looking this up now because it's bothering me. Yeah, it's called Planet 51. It's animated. Dwayne The Rock Johnson has his name on it. And you haven't seen it. Holy shnikey.
Bro,
the cast for this is insane.
Bro, it's got a 23.
It doesn't matter what it's got.
It does matter.
When you've got,
dog.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Justin Long, Jessica Biel, Sean William Scott, John Cleese, all in it.
So let's take that in perspective.
Like that
still has a 23.
You know what? Look, I don't want it. I don't need this today. All right. I don't need the negativity. It's an okay movie. It's animated. It's for children. What do these critics want even? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what the critics want?
Probably quality.
Yeah. How'd that work for the Eternals, which was a freaking bop, by the way.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Anyways. Yeah, but suddenly you're a big old critic fan. The 23 on Rotten.
Like a 23.
Now it matters since
bad,
Kevin suggested the movie.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Alien Invasion doesn't sound cool to me at all, especially if I don't know, aliens just don't seem to have any chill at all.
Like, I mean, I get it. It's bad, but there's a chance to survive an alien invasion. At least we can fight back.
You know what? I take it back. Take the whole thing back. I just realized one that I would least want to be a part of.
Okay.
That is when AI takes over the world. I do not want anything to do with that.
Yeah, if I die because just my browser history killing me.
Yikes, dude.
I don't want to. A lot of tentacles. I mean, that's a disaster. I don't think I would want to deal with tentacles.
Dude, like the thing what came to mind was the Matrix. Like when they took over and started harvesting humans and all that stuff. But like Terminator, right? No, I don't want anything to do with either of those. And I that's a disaster to me.
Is Jurassic Park a disaster? Because I don't think I would want to survive dinosaurs on Earth.
I wouldn't classify it as a disaster because it's not like there's not like a global impact to it.
Well, you obviously the new movie, man.
Is it across the world?
Yeah, Jurassic World Extinction or Dominion. It's something, but it's global.
Then perhaps.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
But having a little tiny baby pet dinosaur would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's the mom and dad dinosaurs that I'm not too fond of.
Sure.
Velociraptors, like
yeah, I'm out.
They're terrifying.
Hard pass.
They're faster than me. A lot of things are faster than me.
I was just thinking that, man. If that's the criteria, then we're just SOL. We are done. Okay, so on the same, the two sides of the same coin, right? Yeah. Which disaster would you most like to be a part of?
Oh, Twister.
Really?
I mean, we've done it.
I wouldn't know because I haven't seen the movie yet, Jerry.
Right, but it's a tornado.
Yeah.
We survived that freshman year.
Hence the name Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. If I had to pick one, like just for me to have fun, I've always said this. Zombie apocalypse. There's no way.
How is that fun?
There's no way.
So let me get it. You're terrified of aliens, but zombies, they're
yeah.
Okay.
Easy. Like double tap. I know their anatomy. I'm not worried about it. 2 shots to the top, forehead right here.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows that.
But there's a lot of them.
We're
already in a bullet crisis.
Yeah, but like there's other weapons. Don't even worry about it. Plus, we won't have a bullet crisis when most of the population is zombified.
Sure. I mean, I guess like virus. I mean, we're surviving that pretty okay.
Yeah.
Quarantine was kind of cool.
I mean, like
we
all the bad stuff aside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, lost our sense of smell, but got to play Call of Duty for 2 weeks till 5 a.m.
That's we did do that. Good times.
As good as they could be. At least we all got it together, right?
We play. We started disc golf. Yeah, that's true.
Did. Oh no, I meant like quarantine when we actually had to quarantine.
When you gave me COVID.
You gave me COVID.
Nope.
For one, Mister, I was exposed to it at work. I didn't know.
So I find out in an email Sunday that the guy that I dapped up to end my day Friday, the previous Friday, was COVID positive. And so I woke up Monday feeling not great. The email said, "Hey, if you're not feeling good, don't come in. Just go get tested." So I came in naturally. And I was like, "Hey, I'm not feeling too good. I'm gonna go get tested." He's like, "Why the hell are you here?" And yeah, so needless to say,
someone doesn't read their emails.
Yeah, well, my boss is like a 68-year-old asthmatic, so
yeah, I mean he's
a little bit high risk, but
he's high risk.
He forgave me. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, zombie apocalypse, dude. I'm all over it. Like I'm weapons and ammo, the whole nine. I'm what's that guy? Not Rocky. Dadgummit. I'm Rambo. That's who I am. I'm Rambo. So there you go.
I'm just trying to picture you as Rambo.
Can't drink it in. Drink it in, buddy.
Can't see it.
All right. So did you answer? What was your most?
I told you Twister.
Twister. That's kind of lame, though.
What do you mean? It's easy to survive.
Yeah, but
that's all I want to do is survive.
Yeah, but like, it's, I don't know.
What,
whatever.
It's lame that I want to live.
No, it's not lame that you want to live. That's not the point. Like, the point is if you like could choose one to, like, that's not exciting. Like, there's nothing exciting about, because it's a fear of the unknown, right? So like tornadoes, you can't really like predict their behavior, right? So like, Zombies I can predict.
No, you can't.
Bro.
You don't even know what kind of zombies they're going to be. Are they going to be like walking zombies? Are they going to be running zombies?
They're going to be the slow kind. There's no way.
Well, you don't know that.
I'm telling you.
You don't know that. There's a
I'm choosing the Shaun of the Dead kind.
Okay, well then you're choosing the lame kind. Where's the fun in that?
It is kind of fun though. Shut up. Okay. Well, those are my questions. I wanted to know because in the spirit of our disaster movie month, which is going incredibly, by the way.
Yeah.
I wanted to be topical with my questions at least. So there you have it. We did disaster stuff, everybody.
Yeah.
We did it. We made it. So what do you want to do? Which movie would you like to discuss first? I guess
probably My Hero.
My Hero first.
I feel it's far less divisive.
Oh yeah, I don't even know if I'm looking forward to the Eternals discussion, honestly, but it is what it is. What was the movie called? World Heroes Mission. Yeah, I'm pulling up the IMDb now.
Yeah, I don't know any of the voice actors besides Chris Sabat.
He's the only one you need, big guy. Question: would you watch a movie with all Chris Sabat voices in it, like all the male, female, child, adult? Because I'm telling you right now, I would. That voice is sweeter than silk.
I don't know. I mean, I think he has like his characters, but I don't know if he could carry an entire voice cast. Like, it was already hard enough. Like, did he do Endeavor's voice?
Yeah. No. Maybe? I don't think he did, though. I'm gonna keep it a stack. IMDb. Here we go. We're here. We made it. Big fan. No, Tetsuya Inada did Endeavor's voice. Oh,
well, that's probably not his
English
voice actor there.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now. You can have the rest of the show, bud. It's been a really long day, okay?
I guess.
All right. So I've got the My Hero movie pulled up. And let me go ahead and start by saying this. I actually thought this was a really good animated movie. I don't know if it's because I'm biased for My Hero because I think it's such a good show, or if because of we play a card game that has now included the My Hero universe that I've just grown attached. Maybe that's it. But at the end of the day, I really like the characters. I really like the way they develop. And I think as a standalone movie, the plot was actually really good for an animated movie. So there's my, I guess, brief synopsis. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, as far as anime movies go, I think it was pretty good. I think it's the best My Hero movie. It's the third that we've gotten.
Sure.
And I think it was the best out of the three. Not a lot.
Wait, what was the first? I thought we'd only gotten two.
No, the first one, they go to the island and they meet All Might's best friend.
Island boy.
Yeah, I'm an island boy. So they go to the island. They meet All Might's best friend from America.
Yes.
And his daughter.
Yes.
And then in 2, on a different island, they're doing like a work study.
I thought they were the same.
No, 2 different movies.
You
might have not seen the first one.
Maybe I think I missed one though.
Obviously, I know you've seen the second one because we went to see it together.
The one where Bakugo eats the hair and Deku passes out like before the whole transformation. It's such dog meat. What a terrible cop out ending. Hated that, but it is what it is.
But yeah, no, the first one's got the guy that uses the machine parts.
Machine parts.
Yeah, they're like it's like a convention.
I don't know. Nothing's ringing any bells, so I probably haven't seen it.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'll assume you haven't seen
Damn.
it. But yeah, so the best out of those wasn't as good as Mugen Train. I don't think there will be a anime movie or a show anime movie quite like that one. That one was pretty special. But if you are looking to get into anime or anything like that, I think My Hero is probably one of the best ones that have come out in the past decade. Great story, great characters. It's great dubbed. It's great subbed. It's got a little bit of everything. It's funny.
Voice actors are great.
Yeah, it's funny. It's likable. You know, I mean, if you're, especially, I mean, it kind of goes well. Like if you're a MCU, Marvel, DC comic fan, like this should be right up your alley. I mean, it's got everything you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And to go back on the Mugen Train point, I don't know that people truly understand what a marvel that movie was. The Mugen Train, I have up there with Into the Spider-Verse as just pure aesthetic. Movie was beautiful. The story was great. That I feel like that world, or at least the movie for that world, it just built different than other anime movies. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. They put a lot of time, put a lot of money, put a lot of effort into Mugen Train.
Yeah. Well, Demon Slayer was immensely popular. So to my understanding, it was like it overtook the big three in Japan for manga sold. Is that
I think once the show came out, it took over most sold copies for that time period. Obviously One Piece has sold more, but it's been going on for decades. For the same time period of them getting sold, it was the most sold manga in Japan.
Or
probably just the world for what it is. But
the big three is One Piece, is it Bleach? And
so the original big three are Dragon Ball, Naruto,
One Piece. Yeah.
Bleach might have been in there a little bit, but it doesn't have the same.
Yeah, that's fair.
As those three. And so we're kind of moving into like a new big three with like My Hero, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen. There's not really a set big three.
And Demon Slayer,
yeah. I think like Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and My Hero, I would probably call the big three right now. They definitely have the biggest following, but
Jujutsu Kaisen, dude, I love that show.
Yeah, and they're getting their movie on Christmas Eve.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't know when we're getting it in America, but
I'll be watching it illegally on Christmas Eve.
If you can find a way to do it, man. It took me like 9 months to get the Fate movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Good God, that's awful.
Yeah. So if we have a listener in Japan, bootleg it,
please. Well, how do you say please in Japanese? I've seen so many, like, well, there's got to be. Surely we know by now. I whatever. I was going to say, so as far as this movie's concerned, though, I think my biggest gripe is that I wanted more from the Todoroki fight, because like I really liked Todoroki and I really liked the art of the guy that he was fighting, because I thought he looked badass. So I wanted more from that fight. I understood when you and Andrew both were like, he kind of had his due early in the movie, and that's cool. And the Bakugo fight was fine, right? And actually, the Bakugo fight was probably the best fight in the movie. I
don't know if it was better than Deku's.
Well, non-main character fight, I guess.
What do you mean? They're the big three. One, two,
They
three.
are, but like, who's the main character? It's Deku. So like, he's obviously going to get his moment in the sun. He's going to have
Yeah.
his
And
glory at the
guess who
end.
the second main character is?
Bakugo.
Bakugo. So he gets a
Yeah.
little more time in the sun.
Yeah, but see, I put him. It's kind of like Ron and Hermione from Harry Potter on the same plane.
No way.
Yeah. So yeah. What do you?
No,
mean?
but I'm talking about like in this show, Bakugo and Todoroki are not equivalent characters.
Oh, I think they are, and the reason why I think they are is because Todoroki, the whole his family endeavor, the whole relationship thing, that has gotten so much FaceTime over the last, I don't even know how long, season and a half.
But they literally let Bakugo have all for one.
Yeah, in a movie.
Or one for all.
Yeah. No, they did in a movie. They let him have it for like 5 seconds.
But guess who didn't get it to nibble on the hair?
Well, yeah, because what was Todoroki doing back then? You know why? He was only using half of his powers.
No,
because he hated his dad.
This was in the second movie.
He wasn't. If he was using his,
he was for sure using his fire.
If he was
Chimera,
if he wasn't using them often, or he had just started using them again. But either way, it wasn't as prevalent because his character wasn't developed yet. So like, the time that they spent giving Todoroki and Endeavor their arc was way more than Bakugo getting a hair for 10 seconds to beat a bad guy. Like,
I'm telling you, Bakugo is a more important character than Todoroki. That's why he's the only one that knows about Deku and All Might. It's not like Todoroki gets ripped into their BFF parties. He is the rival to, like, so Deku and Bakugo are like Goku and Vegeta and Naruto and Sasuke. And then Todoroki's just a really cool other character. Like he's awesome and people love him. The fans love him.
Yeah.
But from a story standpoint, Bakugo and Deku are the two most important characters in the show.
I think at some point, Todoroki will also, well, maybe not read the manga. Does Todoroki never find out about All for One? Or One for All?
Well, I don't want to spoil anything for people.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sorry.
You might actually like
don't
care about, like, I can talk to you after we get done.
Okay, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, but I mean, like, Todoroki's going to get his arcs. Like, he's important to the story, but his story is very different than the main story.
Okay.
You know, like him and Endeavor and their whole family thing are fighting a different battle than Deku and Bakugo.
Right.
So like Todoroki's important and he has big moments, but it's not the same playing field.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I totally get it. So you know what? And I'm man enough to concede. I did not consider the fact that Bakugo was privy to how All for One actually works, and he does now. So kind of a big thing to know.
Yeah, and I mean they just want, like, him and Deku want the same thing. Like, they want to be All Might. They want to be the number one hero.
Right.
I don't think that's Todoroki's motivation. I think Todoroki wants to be a hero, but I think he's got a lot more. He's got more internal drama than Deku and Bakugo do, as far as home life and growing up. I mean, Deku, we don't know anything about his dad, but grew up in a house his mom was fine, super loved. Bakugo's got both parents. Todoroki's mom's crazy, threw boiling hot water in his face. His dad abused him and his family as kids, so he's got a lot more, like,
baggage.
Yeah, and like I think Todoroki's story is like him becoming normal. Like like the early seasons, he was very standoffish and like the strongest kid in class, didn't have any friends, but like there's a manga chapter where he specifically watches YouTube videos he thinks his classmates will like. So if they ever talk about them, he can be social with them and not be awkward.
Right.
Yeah. So he's just trying to be a normal kid.
Yeah. And that's cool. And I respect that. So but yeah, no, all in all, look, I think the movie was great. If you're a fan of the universe, you should have already seen it. If not, go watch it. But yeah, man, I really like the movie. Obviously not as good as Mugen Train.
Yeah.
6.5, 7 out of 10. Sure. I thought it was solid movie.
I think it's
Slightly above Dennis Quaid.
It was better than Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
I think it was better than Dennis Quaid, but yeah, if you're a fan of the show, watch it. Like I said, if you haven't ever seen it, give it a chance. Like I said, it's got pretty much all the storylines and arcs that.
And we realize that not everybody is a anime head, a weeb. We understand. We just try to cover all our bases here, and it's something that we appreciate and we enjoy, and we're going to discuss it, at some point. So
yeah, I mean, we're anime fans, so it's
like,
And I think I'll have to go back and find the stats, but like when Mugen Train came out, it was like the #1 movie in the world.
Yeah.
That thing.
Very much.
It wasn't like a slouching, oh, that's just an anime film. Like, no, it was a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah.
Type thing. Like
it was huge.
It beat Mortal Kombat.
It was global.
Yeah, the weekend it came out, it had better box office scores in America than the new Mortal Kombat movie. So it's like there's substance to it. It's just
we're taking over.
Yeah. Yeah, I think more people are open to anime now than they have been. So if you grew up like so you like your Dragon Ball Z's and stuff like that, your Shonens, Naruto, stuff like that, give My Hero a watch. Probably, if it wasn't for Jujutsu Kaisen, probably my favorite anime in the past decade.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we discussed My Hero, and we are, it's time. And I really was not looking forward to discussing this. I am very concerned with humanity, and the direction that we're headed as people. I'm frustrated at critics. I'm frustrated at people giving a shit what critics have to say. And so let me be clear. I fully condone everybody going out, watching the Eternals. But here's what I want you to do. Formulate your own opinion. Because it's so frustrating. Because everybody knew, right, Jared? Everybody knew that the Eternals was not reviewing well.
Right.
So when you go watch it, you go in with that expectation like, oh, this movie's going to suck, right?
Yeah.
And I hate that. I hate preconceived ideas of what anything's supposed to be like, much less a movie that, you have no idea. And you're going to take the word of a critic who likes to, shit on people in their spare time. No, thank you. So when you watch a movie, I implore you not to read any reviews ever, not until after. I feel so strongly about this. It's annoying though. I had a guy at work, right? His name's Donnie. Donnie, if you're a fan, I'm just putting your dirty laundry out here for whatever.
Savage.
So Donnie finds out that the movie has terrible reviews. We discuss it because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. You're welcome to join me, by the way. I did invite him to come. He ended up not doing it. But he did go watch it. But we both knew that the reviews were bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I go up to him Monday, and I'm like, or Tuesday maybe. I can't remember. I was like, what's up, man? And he goes, what's up? Did you watch the Eternals? I was like, yeah, it was great. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, I thought it was awesome. It was a phenomenal movie. And he goes, man, I've never wanted to leave a Marvel movie in my life until that one. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you wanted to leave the theater? Do you know what it takes to make somebody actually leave a theater? Like, me specifically, do you know how much? I didn't walk out of Space Jam, and that literally drove a knife into my childhood.
Yeah, that
Right?
movie, Space Jam it's a new low. There's like
Like,
Dennis Quaid, and then there's like Space Jam.
no, see, Dennis Quaid is
No,
mediocre.
no, I'm talking about
Space
like
Jam,
no, I'm talking about like the way to scale things. Like
I would,
when we say Space Jam, we mean like that movie's dog meat.
Jared, you select 3 of my toes. I cut them off to make Space Jam mediocre. I'm
Oh no,
serious.
I'm not
I
saying
wanted
Space
that.
Jam's. I'm not saying Space Jam's mediocre.
No,
But
I'm saying I wanted it to be.
Oh yeah.
Like if Space Jam was mediocre, sure.
Well, yeah, I think that's what we all expected it to be.
Instead of just god awful.
Yeah, that's
It was
true.
so bad.
It was.
Anyway.
I mean, disaster movies. Space Jam. Movie that film. I mean, the movie was an actual.
That's
disaster.
fair.
I would much rather deal with an actual alien invasion than rewatch Space Jam 2.
Yeah, it was bad. Look, but and that's my 2 cents. But look, that's just my 2 cents on going into a movie with a preconceived idea.
So
it's just,
this Donnie guy. What was his reasoning for wanting to walk out?
I did ask, and I'm glad you asked, because one of them has a little bit of validity to it. A couple of them did not. I think lack of action was one that I just didn't understand. I didn't see that I don't, that didn't compute. There was plenty of action in the movie. It was 2.5 hours long. Like that's a long boy. Okay. They've got a lot of information to put out there. I think action was pretty evenly spaced throughout. I had no issue at all with there being a lack of action. I that one I didn't get. The one that I did understand though. Now, and I say that by saying this, I don't think this one gripe is suddenly I want to walk out of the theater because of it. Because I don't. I actually thought it was a pretty valid point, and that's the main deviant, the one that killed him and gained powers from him. I wanted a little more of him at the end. I thought he actually made for a pretty sweet bad guy. And honestly, I wouldn't have minded him, maybe snagging somebody else's powers on his way,
Yeah.
And it kind of being like an all-out slugfest between him, and them obviously saving the world from the divergence in time.
Right.
But, the scene with him and Angelina Jolie's character, it lasted 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And you just, so I kind of understood because his growth, his character growth, the deviance was really, really cool. And I kind of enjoyed that. So
yeah, I mean that's fair. I think it's important to realize that the deviants weren't the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Which is why that's why he probably didn't get as much screen time at the end. Sure. Because I think honestly you can make the movie without the deviants. I think the deviants were there as an excuse for the Eternals to be on Earth, because that's why they were sent.
Mm-hmm.
Because the deviants were the first Eternals, right? They were supposed to be there to make sure Earth is okay, so the celestial egg could get enough nutrients to hatch, and a new celestial could be born, and the galaxy could expand. But they evolved, and they got their mind of their own, and they just started being predators to everything. And so just the ones protecting the humans, hence the Eternals. So they're a plot device for Eternals to be on Earth.
Right.
And obviously the bigger picture is the celestial being born and saving Earth, and Icarus being more of the main bad guy than the actual deviant. Things like that. So I get the gripe.
Well,
I get wanting him to be more, because we did it's so weird because this isn't. It is an MCU movie, but it's not an MCU movie. Like
Yeah.
it is a very slow burn movie. A lot of dialogue. Very Dune-esque to me because there wasn't a ton of action in Dune, and that movie was also 2 hours and 30 plus minutes, but it's still probably the best movie we've seen all year.
Yeah.
And I did some reading because I'm like you. I'm trying to figure out why the Eternals is sitting at a 49 on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Yeah.
And the Chloe, the director for
Chloe Zhao.
Yeah, Chloe Zhao. Last year, before the pandemic, the Eternals were supposed to release a week after Dune.
Yes.
Right. So last year, pretty much the same setup we got this year. Dune released on Halloween, or whatever week it did, and then a week later we get the Eternals. So similar timeline. What I didn't realize was Chloe Zhao and Denis Villeneuve are really good friends outside of work. So they're friends. Denis Villeneuve directed Dune, and so when she was making this final cut, she actually went to him and said, "Hey, I would like to see Dune, so I can find out how to make like this a sci-fi epic."
That makes total sense.
And so he shot it. He gave her a private screening, and then basically gave her a bunch of tips and stuff. So those two movies are very connected. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I have, I'm kind of with you. I don't really follow a lot of critics. I do respect what they do, and I can appreciate what they do. I will say that I'm a big fan of Christian Harloff and the guys at the Schmodown.
Yes.
I watched Christian Harloff's non-spoiler review before the movie because I think I agree with him on a lot of things. He's not a film critic. He's just a guy with a movie channel, and he gives you his honest takes. And he said, and I think it was the best way to describe this movie, is it's not a movie, it's a film. And I think that's a distinct difference you have to make. Like, the Eternals was made to be epic. It was shot different. It was much more of an artistic film than most MCU movies have been. You don't get like all the MCU movies up to this sort of kind of had a formula that they followed. And this one was not that formula, which is okay. But like when I hear people say, "Oh, that movie wasn't good because there was too much dialogue," like that just means you weren't actually listening to the conversations being had.
Yep.
Or like you said,
totally agree with that.
Not enough action. I think the last fight with Icarus is probably the most well done fight the MCU has done.
Oh, it's up there.
They portray super speed better than anybody else has ever portrayed it on film.
Sure.
Makari was great. All the characters were, in a 2.5 hours, I was like, there's no way I can care about 10 different characters. Like, some have to fall to the wayside, and that's not what happened here. I thought every character had their personalities, their quirks. The beginning of the movie was a little fast-paced to try to catch everyone up to speed on what the Eternals were, what all their powers were.
Well, essentially, what they had to do is they had to cover 7,000 years of history to get to the present.
Right.
And that's the issue. So, like, it was a 2.5 hour movie, yes, but you have to understand that. And they showed the progression of when Eternals arrived on Earth to present day. And I didn't necessarily hate that part of it. I thought there was some jumping a little bit.
Yeah.
Where there didn't necessarily have to be. Again, it's a small thing. What I will say is that I think Chloe Zhao actually balanced each character in a way that I truly, genuinely cared about all of them. So, for me, like, And even Icarus, to an extent, I thought was a very well done character.
I mean, he was a completely relatable. Like I don't
Sure.
know. I don't know if I consider him.
I was going to ask you,
I'm not going to say he's a villain.
yeah,
I think
I don't either.
he was sent to Earth for a mission.
Well, by a god,
Yeah, by
his deity, right?
yeah, his deity, someone bigger than life, and I think he knew that his mission would cause his death, but I think he understood that, and even the what's his name, the Indian actor.
Oh, oh God! Why did you have to? The guy with the laser, the guns, the
Yeah,
handguns. Um, oof. I actually don't know. Yikes.
Kumail Nanjiani is
Yeah,
the actor's name. So
Kingo.
even he said like he it's kind of like the greater good argument, right? So it's like if we stop, yes, we stop Earth from being destroyed, if we stop the celestial from being born. However, is one planet's extinction worth other societies not even existing? Like you're stopping other things from being born by protecting
Right.
this one planet. And so it's an internal struggle. And I'm not going to say, I mean, obviously I would want Earth to be saved. I'm biased,
Right.
but
It's like
I'm not going to say that like
it, it-
them taking the side of the Celestials is makes them evil.
right. And essentially the struggle that Icarus had was, do you and Icarus wasn't even the only one. Do you sacrifice the few for the majority?
Right.
Right. And that was the thing, because with Earth's demise leads to multiple universes and worlds being created, life, planets just like Earth. And because you stop the birth of a celestial,
Yeah.
you're essentially killing all of those potential worlds.
Right.
So I actually don't see Icarus as a bad guy. I see him as extremely faithful, extremely loyal. Um, but
Well, he was just one.
unfortunately,
He just never like all the other ones assimilated into
society,
Earth's culture.
right?
Like they fell in love with the people and everything about that. Icarus was only about the mission.
But if you notice, there's only two people, two Eternals that didn't get attached, truly attached, and both of them knew. Ajax, she knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So what does she do? She isolates herself in South Dakota, where she lives by herself on a ranch. And what does he do? He completely disowns Cersei, right after marrying her. Yeah, his wife, because he realizes that he can't get attached, or he's going to lose sight of the whole reason he's there, his whole purpose as an Eternal.
Right, because Cersei loved the humans from day one. She's very empathetic.
Well, even getting out of the ship when they first approach Earth, she's like, it's beautiful. Like she was attached immediately.
Yes.
So, and albeit his love for her saved Earth ultimately, but that doesn't mean that his own internal mission wasn't a complete failure, because it was.
No, I agree. I think the movie, I love the movie. I thought it was great.
Oh, huge fan.
It's not doing good.
It's not doing good,
but it was really good.
I actually, it to me, it is better than Shang-Chi. I know you asked, and I'm sure, all of our fans are wondering, hey, Kev, is it better than Shang-Chi? And I'm going to tell you, it is better than Shang-Chi. And that is not something I loved Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
I mean, that's kind of where the bar was set, right?
Yeah. Now, what I will say this is, if you go into this movie with a preconceived notion of it's a Marvel movie, I'm expecting this, you're going to be extremely disappointed.
Yes.
Because it is an epic that is more along the lines of a Dune, something that isn't quite so, because it's not as fast paced, but there's a lot of information you need that they have to lay
Well,
out
I mean,
for you. So
it's not as campy. You don't get
no.
Iron Man being the funny jerk
Yeah.
that everybody loves. You don't get Captain America being the golden boy or Peter Parker being funny. Like these are all new characters
Yep.
that you all have to remember aren't human. So like they're very a lot of the dialogue is very kind of like robotic to me, like especially at the beginning.
They're like not relatable at all.
Yeah, no, they're gods essentially. Like I mean, they exist forever. And that was probably one of the things I appreciated most about, because like their character names are like Gilgamesh, Icarus, Fina, and Sprite's the storyteller, and so like a bunch of our myths, like
Yeah.
Kit Harington was like Icarus, the boy who flew too close to the sun, and they're like, oh yeah, Sprite made that up when we lived in Greece.
Yeah, Gilgamesh.
Yeah,
and actually Gilgamesh was probably my favorite character.
Yeah,
in the movie.
He was awesome.
Him or Festus, the black dude, the
guy that made stuff.
Yeah, like his ability was so sweet.
Yeah.
So I was such a huge, and he straight up bopped Icarus. Like
he did.
Just
I mean, like he was
outclassed.
He was another one of the characters that, I mean, he got a family, like fell in love.
Yeah.
It's just like obviously
he's assimilated.
He's choosing Earth over destruction. Yeah. So I mean,
here's the thing. After 7,000 years, I think it's a little bit different over that time span, because you can't be around something for that long. I can't be around something for 35 minutes without loving it instantly. You know what I mean? Like,
well, what I'm trying to figure out is if the whole goal was to have the Celestial be born, why not tell everyone the mission when they're, they awake, they're all for Erishim, their god. Like they were all for going to Earth. So why not just tell them, like, hey, eventually, like you're only existing so we can get some cosmic energy in this thing, instead of like them being in the dark for 7,000 years.
Yeah, it does. It does beg that question. I don't really have an answer for it. Who knows why madmen do what they do?
That's true. I think the implications for this movie in the MCU are huge. I mean, we're getting some cosmic level threats.
I'm super excited about the possibility of eternal interaction without deviant conflict going forward.
Yeah,
I would love to see some cameos by some of these Eternals. Super looking forward to Kit Harington. No idea what's going on there.
I don't know anything about the Black Knight either, but he's somehow connected to Blade. And I love Kit Harington anyway. Like Jon Snow is
obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Game of Thrones fiend.
I'm gonna also say this: if I don't get one Wesley Snipes cameo, I'm just gonna lose my mind.
I mean,
a singular Wesley Snipes cameo is all I ask.
I don't think we need it. I don't think we need to dilute the MCU with petty.
It's just no. It's a token of appreciation, for being an OG.
Yeah, but Wesley Snipes, like, isn't he in jail for tax evasion?
Surely not.
I know at one point he was. I don't know if he's gotten out.
Am I about to get canceled? Let's find out.
No, I'm not saying I don't think tax evasion makes you.
I don't think so, bro. Is he?
I know he definitely got arrested for tax evasion.
Really? Is that facts?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did actually.
But it looks like,
I mean, $7 million. He probably paid that off in pennies. That's nothing.
I think he and Kevin Hart are doing a movie together.
Nice. So he's 58, by the way.
He must be.
No idea. Yeah, I mean, he's Wesley Snipes. Like, it's tax evasion. It was $7 million. He showed up in a TV show and paid it off, wrote a check. You know,
Dude, I think you overestimate Wesley Snipes as an actor.
have you ever seen White Men Can't Jump?
I have.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
like it's like
That's
it's,
all he needs in his filmography. He doesn't need
it's
anything
like
else.
that and Major League, and then the rest were kind of.
Blade was kind of big.
Blade was kind of.
I mean, for its time, it was kind of a big movie. Like it was a 3-movie franchise, I think, right? 3? Was it 3?
Yeah, but Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel were in the third one.
I ain't mad at either of those.
No,
If I can see my face on another man's body, it's a good looking dude. And let me tell you,
that's not what I thought you were going to say about your face, but
I wish my face was on Ryan Reynolds' body. Are you kidding me? Oh,
yeah,
game over. I wouldn't even know you.
that's true.
They'd be like, Kevin, you're way too good looking to go to Birmingham Southern.
That's also probably true. There's a hard max.
I would also never wear a shirt ever. There'd be no reason.
That might be a little weird.
Nope. I'd be in a movie theater just topless, not caring. Just that sign where it says no shoes, no shirt, no problem, it wouldn't actually apply to me because I have Ryan Reynolds' body.
Yeah, but I mean, you just said no shoes, no shirt, no problem, which would be what you're wanting.
Right.
If
I realize
no shoes,
that now.
No shirt, no service.
Oh, service. That's it.
That's
yeah.
the sign you're talking about.
That's the sign. Yeah. Well, I think I'm done on that one.
You're not a 40-year-old father at the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually getting a head start on the dad bod with no kid. You know, I've got no kids, so I'm getting a head start. Thought I'd start early. You know, I'm thinking ahead. And that's really just
you got to be prepared. I'm
playing chess.
Yeah, in peak physical shape for dad bods. That's where we align.
That's right. Well, I think I've said all I need to say. I give Eternals at a 10, 8.5. I think a solid 8.5. I think it's where it needs to be. I highly recommend you go watch it if you haven't seen it. A very cool new spin on the Eternals or on the Marvel universe. Please give it a watch. I'd love to know what you think. Jarrett, I can't speak for you, buddy, but I'm going to. Jarrett wants to know what you think about it.
Always.
So if you guys can, shoot us a message. You can reach us on Facebook. We're at Silence Your Cell Phones with the subcategory of podcast. We're on IG, Instagram for all you noobs. We're at Silence Your Cell Phones. You can reach us on, let's see, there's so many different ways. If you want to email us, like it's 2003, we're Silence Your Cell Phone, no S, at gmail.com. And I forgot to mention this last time, we're also on YouTube.
Finally.
And the name of our YouTube channel is Silence Your Cell Phones. Imagine.
Shocked and amazed.
Yeah. I often have that effect on other people. I shock and or amaze them.
Yes.
Usually both, sometimes for all the wrong reasons.
Usually.
Okay. That hurt a little bit.
Look, man.
Calls it like I sees it.
Yeah, I know your role.
Jarrett, what do our good people, our fans, have to look forward to in movies?
Let me look. I think this is an off week.
Okay.
I think it's like Clifford.
Yikes. So I will be watching all of the rest of the DC universe. I'm just gonna tell you.
It looks like Clifford. We get this week. Next week's kind of a banger though.
Yeah, what you got next week?
Next week we have 2.
Ooh.
One I guess I call it 1.5. Like Ghostbusters Afterlife comes out next week. Okay. But really the only thing I want to see next week is House of Gucci.
Oh, that's gonna be sweet.
Because I called it earlier about Dune being possibly movie of the year. I think House of Gucci is a contender.
Based on everything I've seen, and you know what, if history has any indication of how these trailers and these movies are directly correlated, it's probably going to suck. I hope not, because I thought Malignant was going to be good based on only the trailer, and it was just absolutely awful. So
Look,
our track record's not good.
We got Lady Gaga, Jared Leto, Al Pacino, Adam Driver, who also did The Last Duel with Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott's also directing House of Gucci. Last Duel, I still don't know if I like it better than Dune. It's also a hunt for movie of the year, in my opinion. So if he does anything like with House of Gucci, like he did with The Last Duel, I think that movie's going to be amazeballs.
All right, real quick. I'm glad you said that. Where does the Green Knight stand for you now?
Well, I didn't have Green Knight as movie of the year when I saw it. I loved the Green Knight. I enjoyed it. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a very weird movie.
Are you still in the camp that you think it's going to get nominated?
For cinematography, yes.
Do you think so?
Yes. I think it's still probably one of the best shot movies of the year.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's the best movie of the year, but I think
just nominated.
Yeah, as far as aesthetics, I think it'll get nominated.
Because I don't think it will, and I'm pretty firm in that camp.
Well, we'll have to find out.
Anyways, I was just curious.
Have to find out come award season.
Oh, we're gonna do an entire show on the awards. I'm pumped.
Oh, dude, I've already got the end of year show planned out in my head.
So, oh, do you really? Okay,
yeah. Sweet. Like our yearly wrap up. We're gonna do our own award show.
What?
Yeah.
I'll bet. Big fat dubs. We need to have a couple people for that one. Anyway, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I don't think
now's the time.
We got time.
All right. So that being said, I think I'm done. Jared, are you good to go here?
Yep, I'm good.
All right, guys. So I want to thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedules to come watch us. Absolutely love it. Huge show next week. We've got a guest, our rescheduled guest show is going to be on. We're going to select our team of people we'd want to live through a disaster with. That'll be a lot of fun. And a few things to look forward to as far as movie reviews. We'll be going over Twister. We'll be going over Deep Impact. I'm sure we'll have some other things planned for you. That being said, though, I'm going to get out of here. We appreciate it again. Much love and scene.